Henry Winkler Health. It was horrific. The Fonz on struggle with learning difficulty. Henry Winkler shot to fame as Arthur Fonz early on the American television series Happy Days. The show, which ran for 10 years, highlighted Winkler as the cool biker high school dropout, but behind the scenes, the star was struggling to even learn his lines after he was diagnosed with a learning difficulty. In a candid interview with CBS, Winkler spoke out about his severe struggle with dyslexia, which started in school and continued to affect him in his professional acting career. The star explained that he had to quickly learn improvisation skills to get into the Yale School of Drama when auditioning with a monologue as he struggled to read a passage. In fact, the star confessed that he didn't read a book until he was 31 years old. Speaking honestly about how dyslexia affected him on Happy Days, Winkler confessed, "I could not read scripts out loud. We sat around a table Monday morning at 9 o'clock for the producers, directors, prop people, costume designers. Everyone had to know what my job was that day. And when we read it out loud, I couldn't do it. I stumbled over every word." The star went on to explain that he used to make jokes in order to cover up his difficulty with reading, but some were not so forgiving. The NHS explains that dyslexia is a common learning difficulty, but it can cause people to have trouble with not only reading but writing and spelling. Importantly, unlike a learning disability, dyslexia doesn't affect intelligence, but is still estimated to affect up to 1 in every 10 people in the UK in varying different ways, and for their entire lives. Signs that an individual may be dyslexic usually become apparent when a child starts school and begins to focus on learning to read and write. These can include reading and writing very slowly, confusing the order of letters in words, putting letters the wrong way round, such as writing B instead of D, having poor or inconsistent spelling, understanding information when told verbally, but have difficulty with information that's written down, finding it hard to carry out a sequence of directions, struggling with planning and organization. Henry Franklin Winkler, born October 30, 1945, is an American actor, comedian, author, executive producer, and director. Initially rising to fame as Arthur Fonz early on the American television series Happy Days, Winkler has distinguished himself as a character actor for roles such as Arthur Hembry in Scream, Coach Klein in The Waterboy, Barry Zuckerkorn in Arrested Development, Eddie R. Lawson in Royal Pains, Fritz in Monsters at Work, Uncle Joe in The French Dispatch, and Gene Cousineau in Barry. He is the recipient of a number of accolades, including a Primetime Emmy, 2 Daytime Emmys, 2 Golden Globe Awards, and 1 Critics' Choice Award. As a child, Winkler struggled at PS 87 on West 78th Street, Manhattan and the McBurney School, where he was berated for his poor academic performance. He then studied theater at both Emerson College and the Yale School of Drama, spent a year and a half with the Yale Repertory Theater, did regional theater and commercial work, and appeared in 2 independent films. After saving enough money, he traveled to California in September 1973, and was cast in a small role for The Mary Tyler Moore Show. He also auditioned for Happy Days and won the part of Arthur Fonz early, a role he portrayed for the next 10 years. During his time on Happy Days, Winkler was diagnosed as dyslexic. After the end of Happy Days, Winkler found himself typecast and moved into producing and directing. In this capacity, he was directly involved in the development of the original MacGyver television series and worked on programs such as Sightings and The Hollywood Squares. He also directed the theatrical releases Memories of Me with Billy Crystal and Cop and a Half with Burt Reynolds. In 2003, he drew upon his childhood struggles with dyslexia to co-write the Hank Zipser series of children's books with children's literature author Lynn Oliver. Winkler also appeared as Mr. Rock in the BBC adaptation of the series. Winkler and Oliver next created the prequel series Here's Hank, the Ghost Buddy series, and the Alien Superstar series. In 2016, He became a reality television star on the NBC series, Better Late Than Never. Winkler has been honored both for his role as the Fonz, and for his work with dyslexia through the Hank Zipzer series. In 1980, he donated one of Fonzie's leather jackets to the National Museum of American History, Smithsonian Institution. In 1981, he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and in 2008, the bronze Fonz statue was unveiled along the Milwaukee River Walk. In 2011, he was appointed an honorary officer of the Order of the British Empire by Elizabeth II, and was named one of the United Kingdom's top 10 literacy heroes in 2013.